Stop scrolling right now, chosen one. Do not skip this video because this is a vital system update for your soul. Exactly at 3 a.m. this morning, you felt that sudden heavy urge to cry, a weight in your spirit telling you to give up after years of fighting in the trenches. You've lived as the outlier, the black sheep of a family that never understood your light. You thought this was just depression or bad luck. No. This was a coordinated spiritual attack by the Ops and Matrix agents who are terrified of your main character energy. They literally took your spiritual photo to the Celestial Tribunal, acting as gatekeepers to block your blessing. But here is the reveal. When God analyzed your essence, Lucifer screamed with pure rage. He realized his strategy failed because you are built different. This is finally your vindication season, and the Father is turning your private pain into an unfair advantage. Your wilderness season is ending, and a quantum leap of favor is manifesting in the next 24 hours. God is issuing a return to sender on every curse sent your way. Type, "I receive" right now if you are ready to claim your divine immunity. Amen. I want you to take a deep breath. Right now. Just breathe. Because what I am about to tell you, it is going to explain why your life has felt like a battlefield for so long. You have been in the trenches, I know it. You know it, and most importantly, God knows it. You see, most people think their struggles are just bad luck. They think it is just the way life goes. But you are an outlier. You are the black sheep of the family because you have a higher calling. And because of that calling, you have been under a specialized kind of pressure testing. I need you to visualize something with me. Imagine a courtroom. But this is not a courtroom built of wood or stone. This is the Celestial Tribunal. This is the place ancient scriptures talk about in the book of Job. It is a place beyond time, beyond the physical world. It is the place where the destiny of souls is decided. In Job chapter 1 verse 6, it says that the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord. And guess who showed up? Satan. He was there too. He was not there to visit. He was there as the accuser. He was there to present a case against the servants of God. And recently, that same court was in session for you. You have been dealing with the Ops. You have been fighting off Matrix agents and energy vampires who have tried to drain your spirit for years. These people, these narcissists in your life, they were not just being difficult. They were being used as part of a spiritual lawsuit against you. They took your case to the highest court. They told the Creator, "Look at her, she is not truly faithful. She only loves you because things are easy. If we take away her health, if we block her finances, if we turn her children against her, she will break. She will turn bitter. She will give up." This was the ultimate shadow work. The enemy was trying to prove that your light was a lie. But in the Celestial Tribunal, evidence is not made of words. You cannot lie in this court. You cannot use a fancy lawyer to twist the truth. In this court, evidence is the essence of who you are. And that is when it happened. The celestial hierarchies brought forward a piece of evidence that changed everything. They presented your spiritual photo. Now, I am not talking about a selfie you took on your phone. I am talking about a spiritual snapshot of your soul, a moment captured in the spiritual realm that shows your true nature when no one is looking. Do you remember that night? About a year ago? Maybe it was only 3 months ago for some of you. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. You were sitting at your kitchen table. The house was quiet. The bills were piled up. The person you loved had just betrayed you. You felt so alone. You felt like a failure. You were crying so hard you couldn't even catch your breath. In that moment, you thought you were defeated. You thought you were at your lowest point. But that is exactly when the photo was taken. The heavens captured your image in that moment of pure, raw pain. And what did the photo show? It did not show a victim. It did not show someone who had given up. It showed a high-value individual in the kingdom of heaven. Even while you were crying, you were praying. Even while you were hurting, you were refusing to hate the people who hurt you. God saw your character development arc. He saw that after decades of being treated like an outcast, after years of being the black sheep, you still had a heart made of gold. You are built different. The world looked at you and saw someone they could push around. They saw someone who was too old or too tired. But God looked at that photo and saw main character energy. He saw a warrior who had survived the trenches and still kept her integrity. Let's talk about your eyes in that photo. Matthew chapter 6, verse 22 says, "The lamp of the body is the eye. If your eye is good, your whole body will be full of light." When the Father looked at your eyes in that spiritual photo, he saw something rare. He saw a light that had survived the darkness. You have seen the worst of humanity. You have seen the narcissists. You have seen the liars. You have felt the sting of betrayal from people you trusted with your whole heart. But your eyes, they did not reflect bitterness. They reflected a choice. You chose to let go of the karmic debt. You chose to forgive, not because they deserved it, but because your soul is too valuable to be tethered to the past. You refused to become an NPC. You refused to just follow the crowd and become cynical. You stayed true to the light, and that changed the entire atmosphere of the courtroom. There was a moment of absolute silence in the Celestial Tribunal. The accuser, the one we call Lucifer, he was standing there with all his receipts. He had a list of every mistake you ever made. He had a list of every time you felt weak. He was ready to claim your life. He was ready to keep you in the wilderness season forever. He thought he had won. He thought your fire had finally gone out. But then the Father stood up. When the Almighty stands up in the court of heaven, everything stops. The angels stop singing. The dimensions tremble, and God looked at that photo of you, sitting at your kitchen table at 3 a.m., and he smiled. He did not just defend you. He gave you a system update. He looked at the accuser and said, "This one is mine." He declared a verdict that is echoing through your life right now. He said, "This soul has been through the fire, and she did not burn. She has been through the flood, and she did not drown. She is not a victim. She is a generational curse breaker." And then it happened. Lucifer realized he had played himself. It was a total faux moment for the kingdom of darkness. He found out exactly what happens when you touch a child of the Most High who refuses to quit. When the enemy saw that his attacks only made you stronger, when he saw that your purity was authentic, he lost his strategic composure. He did not just get angry. He screamed. He screamed with a pure, agonizing rage. That scream was the sound of a kingdom falling. It was the sound of his authority over your life being shattered. He realized he had invested all his resources, all his matrix agents, all his energy vampires, and he still couldn't dim your light. He failed completely. And because of that scream, because of that verdict, you are experiencing a timeline shift. I want you to hear me clearly. The wilderness season, the years of waiting, the years of not enough, it is over. You are officially entering your vindication season. This is not a metaphor. This is a spiritual fact. The gatekeepers who tried to block your path, they are being removed. The people who gossiped about you, they are losing their influence. The doors that have been locked since you were 40 years old, they are about to swing wide open. This is your level up. You are moving into God mode protection. From this moment on, you have divine immunity. Think about what that means. It means every curse that was whispered against you is now on a return to sender mission. You do not have to fight. You do not have to argue with the narcissists. You do not have to prove yourself to anyone. The court has already decided. Your receipts of faithfulness have been filed. The Father has seen your tears. He has seen the shadow work you did when no one was watching, and now He is preparing a table for you, right in the presence of your enemies. He is doing it so they have to watch. They have to see the glow-up. They have to see the infinite ROI on your prayers. You were an outlier for a reason. You were being prepared for this very moment. There is a shift happening in your bank account. There is a shift happening in your physical health. There is a shift happening in your family tree. You are the one who breaks the cycle. You are the one who changes the legacy. This is why the enemy was so desperate to stop you. He knew if he couldn't break you in the trenches, you would become unstoppable. And guess what? You are unstoppable. The verdict is in. You are a high-value individual in the kingdom. You have an unfair advantage because the creator of the universe is personally overseeing your case. If you can feel this truth in your bones, if you know that 3 a.m. cry was the seed for your greatest harvest, I want you to do something. Don't just listen. Activate this word. Type "I receive" in the comments. Type it with authority. Type it like you are signing a legal document, because you are. You are agreeing with the Celestial Tribunal. You are claiming your vindication. You are telling the universe, the wait is over. My season has arrived. I see you, mother. I see you, sister. You've been tired for a long time, but your strength is being renewed like the eagles. The quantum leap you've been praying for, it's not years away. It's not months away. It's at the door. God is about to do more in the next 24 hours than the enemy did in the last 24 years. This is your moment. Your photo was approved. Your heart was found pure, and the enemy is terrified. Welcome to your vindication season. Type "Amen" if you are ready to walk through the door. Now, I want you to listen very closely, because we are moving past the spiritual courtroom and into your actual physical life. The verdict has been signed. The Father has spoken. And because your spiritual photo was approved, you have been granted 5 tangible privileges. These are not just nice thoughts. These are legal realities in the spirit realm that are manifesting in your world right now. The first privilege is something you have been praying for a very long time. It is a spiritual law called return to sender. For years, you have felt the weight of the ops. You know who they are, the people who whispered your name in dark rooms, the family members who sent the evil eye your way because they were jealous of your light, the narcissists who tried to drain you dry. In the past, you had to fight them. You had to defend yourself. You had to stay up until 3 in the morning, wondering why they were attacking you. But those days are over. Because of your new classification, any curse, any gossip, or any dark ritual sent by the ops is now caught in an automatic return to sender loop. Think about that. You don't even have to lift a finger. You don't have to argue. You don't have to send a nasty text back. Your spiritual asset is now under the protection of heaven's elite security. When they throw stones at you, the stones hit an invisible wall and bounce back to hit them instead. It is a total FAFO situation for your enemies. They are going to find out, very quickly, that you are no longer an easy target. While they are wondering why their own lives are falling into chaos, you will be sitting in perfect peace. You are covered, you are safe, you are protected. The second privilege is what I call a quantum leap in favor. Honey, I know you're tired of waiting. You have been in the wilderness season for what feels like decades. You have sown tears. You have sown prayers. You have sown kindness into people who never thanked you. You've been asking, Lord, when is it my turn? When do I see the harvest? Well, the verdict has triggered an infinite ROI for every single tear you ever cried. ROI, return on investment. God has been keeping the receipts. He saw every time you were mistreated and chose to be kind anyway. And now, he is accelerating the clock. Expect instant karma, but not the kind the world talks about. I am talking about the good kind, the God kind. In the next 24 hours, doors that have been locked for 20 years are going to swing open. I'm talking about phone calls that change your life. I'm talking about sudden breakthroughs in your health. I'm talking about a timeline shift where you skip 10 years of struggle and land exactly where you were supposed to be. You are skipping the line. Why? Because the judge of the universe has moved your file to the top of the stack. The third privilege is the gift of God-mode discernment. You have spent too much of your life being fooled by wolves in sheep-esque clothing. You were targeted by matrix agents and energy vampires because your heart was too open. They saw your light, and they wanted to use it for themselves. But the Father is tired of seeing his warriors being used. He is giving you a system update in your intuition. From this moment on, you will have God-mode discernment. You will look at someone, and you will see exactly what is in their heart. You will see the NPCs, the people who are just acting out a script to drain your energy. You will see the flying monkeys sent by the narcissist. You will see through the lies before they even finish the sentence. No more being gaslit, no more second-guessing yourself. When your spirit says no, you will listen. You will walk away from the table before the trap is even set. This is your unfair advantage. You are seeing the game from the bird's eye view. The fourth privilege is for my seniors. My warriors are worried about their legacy and their daily bread. This privilege is material abundance. I know the world is talking about inflation. I know you are worried about your social security. I know those medical bills feel like a mountain that won't move. But I want you to remember that the Father owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. He is releasing a system update on your finances. He is releasing the hidden manna. This is a provision that doesn't make sense to the bank. It is the check that arrives in the mail exactly when you need it. It is the medical bill that gets accidentally forgiven. It is the inheritance that was tied up in court for years, finally being released. God is ensuring that your vindication season includes comfort. You are not going to just survive your old age. You are going to thrive. You are going to be the one who leaves a blessing for your grandchildren. Because you broke the karmic debt of your family tree, the struggle ends with you. The fifth privilege is the most powerful. It is the visible seal. You might not see it in the mirror, but every spirit in the atmosphere can see it. You now carry a frequency that makes dark forces retreat. It is the Sigma mindset of the spirit. You don't have to shout. You don't have to be loud. You just walk into a room, and the atmosphere shifts. The energy vampires will feel uncomfortable around you. The people who operate in darkness will suddenly find an excuse to leave the room. Why? Because you carry the authority of the top 1% of the kingdom. You are a high-value individual in the eyes of God. You walk with the quiet confidence of someone who knows they have already won. You are built different. Now, I have a secret to share with you. A beautiful, powerful secret. You are not alone in this. Sometimes being the black sheep makes you feel like the only one in the world who cares about the truth. But I am here to tell you, you are part of a very special inner circle. Across this planet, there are approximately 300 souls whose photos were approved in this specific season. 300 warriors who survived the most brutal pressure testing the enemy could throw at them. You are one of them. You are being connected right now to a global network of light. You will start meeting people who feel like family, even if you just met them. You will have conversations that feel like you are picking up where you left off in another life. This is the connection. God is bringing the black sheep together to form a new flock, a flock of lions. But with this divine immunity comes a new responsibility. Chosen one, you must stop acting like a victim. I know it's hard. I know you have been hurt. But a victim cannot lead. A victim cannot heal others. You need to step into your main character energy. For years, you were a supporting character in someone else's drama. You were the one who fixed everyone's problems. You were the one who took the blame. No more. It is time for your character development arc to reach its peak. Your mission is to be a light beacon. There are so many people still stuck in the matrix. They are lost. They are scared. They are being eaten alive by the narcissists and the systems of this world. They need to see someone who made it out. They need to see someone who was in the trenches and came out smelling like roses. That is you. Your job is to simply exist in your truth, to be kind, to stay pure, and to walk in your authority. And as you do this, I want you to prepare for the next 90 days. The next 3 months are going to be a glow-up, unlike anything your family has ever seen. I am talking about a restoration of your joy, a restoration of your physical strength. People are going to look at you and ask, "What happened to her? She looks 10 years younger. She has a glow I can't explain." That glow is the favor of God. That glow is the result of the timeline shift. You are moving into a reality where you are cherished, where you are valued, where you are finally seen. You have passed the final test. You have done the shadow work. You have outlasted the enemy. Now it is time to enjoy the harvest. If you believe this, if you are ready to stop being a victim and start being the leader God called you to be, I want you to confirm it. Type 727 in the comments. Type, "I am built different." This is your moment. Your vindication season is not coming. It is here.